Okay, tip number 6 is don't sit in the same place for too long.
For example, refer back to tip number 16, which is to get your shit together.
And beforehand.
Exactly. Because this can lead to, say you're near your pranking location, say a house away, or just maybe 30 feet away. The neighbors could quite possibly call the cops on you because you're sitting creepily
in front of their house.
Yes, or driveway.
Yes. So, get your stuff together beforehand and go and do your prank quickly.
Exactly. And if you're just trying to get your courage up, you should have thought about that before you tried to prank.
Exactly. This is tip number 6.
Tip number 5 on our countdown is always keep your clothes on.
This is really important when you are running down the road, say, past a camper with a man in it.
An old, creepy, naked man.
Half naked.
Yeah, half naked man.
Staring out the window at you.
I mean, keep your shoes on, your shirts, your pants, and please wear proper undergarments.
And also make sure that your clothes are easy to get to. And let's say some other people in your group haven't run off with them, trying to bring them to you when you were actually running the opposite way.
Exactly. This can be horrible in case somebody that you could possibly know, say a sibling or parent, could come home and find you naked
on the road.
The house or on the road.
This concludes tip number 5. Tip number 4 is stay in good physical shape.
This helps in any aspect of pranking, whether it's running from dogs, running up big hills. Say you want to prank somebody who happens to live down a really steep hill.
Driveway, big, long driveway.
You have to have someone who can bust their butt all the way down there and give back very, very quickly.
Up the hill, quickly.
Up the hill. It also helps with throwing arms.
It does. If you have to throw something out your car, like we said before, out the sunroof,
you need somebody who is athletic and can let it rip.
So this concludes tip number 4.
Tip number 3 in our countdown is make sure your fellow pranksters are responsible and capable individuals.
And willing.
Willing is very important.
Because sometimes you bring along people who are like, oh, we're so cool, we're gonna go prank people because that sounds fun. And then you get to the scene and they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do it, I'm so scared, what if we get caught?
I don't want to get caught, I'm too pretty to go to prison.
Even though I'd really only go to juvie, but okay.
So you need to handpick your individuals, even if they're not, say, your best friends or your best relatives. You need to select people who can get the job done.
People who are helpful to you.
And talented.
And also, they have to be responsible in that they aren't going to go spilling stuff all over your car.
And blame you for it.
Yeah, blaming you, and then, like losing the pranking materials or just dropping them somewhere.
Or talking extremely loud when pulling off the prank.
Or like procrastinating once they get out of the car and they're like, I don't want to do it. Let me just yell this out in front of the sketchy neighbors who are trying to call the police on us.
Or my personal favorite, ugh, I'm too tired to do this. I don't want to do this.
That's when you say, I did not bring you here for nothing. You get your butt out of the car and go prank them.
Man up. Grow a pair. That's what you tell them.
Yeah, even if they're a girl.
They still need one.
They still need them.
Exactly.
That was tip number 3. Tip number 2 is make sure the person you're pranking is at the expected location.
With gas prices constantly on the rise, you don't have time or money to waste fuel circling the location trying to find your victim.
Especially if the other possible location is halfway across town.
Or farther.
It's always frustrating when you get this great prank together and you're like, all right, let's go prank them. And then you arrive at the location and what do you know? Their car, for example, is gone.
And you don't know where they're at because you probably don't like this person if you're pranking them. So you have no means of communication with them.
You can't call them up and be like, where are you? I'm trying to prank you.
That would be too obvious and would completely give yourself away.
So now you have to sit and think of where could they possibly be? I mean, this person probably doesn't have any friends. Where are they?
Exactly.
Maybe they're at their grandma's house. Who knows?
You don't know. Or out with friends. Or maybe at a school function. Any possibility is possible. Therefore, you have to know exactly your target.
Where they will be.
And where they're going to be at.
At what time.
Exactly.
So, once again, be prepared.
And this concludes tip number 2.
And tip number 1 is... always be able to come up with a good story.
This is helpful when you have to tell your friends, family, parents, police, although we do not believe in lying to the police.
Better just tell the truth.
But sometimes you just can't tell the whole truth of what exactly happened.
So, be able to spin a great story. It's always helpful to be creative.
It is. You have to have an active imagination.
But, if you don't, you can just let us know, and we'll come up with a great story for you.
We can, for the right price.
We had to do this many times.
Cha-ching!
Many times. So, you know, even if you're not a good storyteller, you can always act like you're sick, and you lost your voice, like, I can't talk. I can't tell you what it did.
Or just take the facts that actually happened and eliminate all the bad stuff.
Yeah. Just say you had to make a stop at Walgreens to get pranking materials, and then you went and pranked. You just be like, we went to Walgreens.
And hung out with friends.
Yeah.
And met some cute guys or girls.
Always tell your mom that you hung out with a person that she loves. Absolutely
Yes.
adores. Works every time.
Or your dad. Say you don't have a mom.
Yeah.
Tell him.
Whatever. Anyway, that concludes tip number 1 and our Sweet 16 of pranking tips. So, follow them.
And if you forgot some, please go back and watch it again because we do not want you to fail. Our goal is for you to be successful in whatever pranking scheme you come up with.
We are here to help you.
We are giving our hard-earned time off.
Yeah,
to help
from
you.
college. We are here on our college break giving you these tips.
Yeah, and if you don't use them and you get caught, that is your fault.
We have never been caught. We follow these tips all the time.
Never, ever been caught.
We are so good.
And slick with it.
So, you know, any questions? We're here for you.
Exactly. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you really earnestly learned a few helpful tips.
We're Hanulia.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Boy Scout.
Girl Scouts, too.
We don't hate.
I am not a whore. I am not a whore. I am not a whore. I am not.
Are we moving?
But I like to do it.
Make videos.
It's 4:26 in the morning, and we are having refill.
Don't say that, makes me laugh.
4. Because I didn't work the first time. So did we know? The computer decided to be stupid.
I think I'm gonna cry.
Save 2 parts of them. 2 seconds. I like 'em big. I like 'em chunky. I like 'em big. I like 'em plumpy. You're here. There's nothing I fear, and I know that my heart will go on. We'll stay forever. Guess what? We're using our tips right now, putting them into practice.
You have no idea. We could be in your city.
We could.
Or your town.
We could be coming for you.
In your sex cul-de-sac. In
What?
your woods. You don't know.
Waiting for you.
We're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Oh my God.
Following you. Mm-hmm. We're coming for you.
Breathing down your neck.
Watch out. Tonight. We'll be there.
It's the night.
Mwah!